For blinking LED activity, what we need is one LED, one resistor 330 ohm, two male to female jumper wire, one ESP32, one breadboard, and one USB micro B cable. For the first step is we need to place LED onto the breadboard. After that, we place resistor at the positive side of LED. Next, we place one male to female wire at resistor and connect it to pin 23 at ESP32. And the last step is we need to place another male to female wire at negative side of LED to the GND at ESP32. For RGB LED running light activity, what we need is one RGB LED, 3 resistor 1K ohm, 5 unit male to female jumper wire, 1 ESP32, 1 breadboard, and 1 USB micro B cable. The first step is we need to place RGB LED onto the breadboard. After that, we place 3 resistor onto the breadboard in line with 3 pin at RGB LED. After that, we put 1 male to female wire at the first resistor and connect it to the pin number 21 at ESP32. After that, another male to female wire will connect between the second resistor and pin number 22 at ESP32. Next, the other male to female wire will connect between the third resistor and pin 23 at ESP32. Lastly, one male to female wire will connect to the fourth pin at RGB LED 2GND at ESP32. For button digital input activity, what we need is one button, one resistor 10K ohm, 3 male to female jumper wire, one ESP32, one breadboard, and one USB micro B cable. The first step is we need to place switch onto the breadboard. After that, we need to place resistor onto the breadboard in line with one of the pins from switch. Next, we take the first male to female jumper wire and put it at the other pin of the switch and connect it to 3V3 at ESP32. Another male to female jumper wire will connect at the resistor and GND at the ESP32. Lastly, the last male to female jumper wire will connect to the pin number 23 at ESP32 and at one of the pins from the switch. For digital input and digital output activity, what we need is one button, one LED, one resistor 10K ohm, one resistor 220 ohm, 3 male to female jumper wire, one ESP32, one breadboard, and one USB micro B cable. For the first steps, we need to plug in the LED onto the breadboard. After that, we need to put one resistor at the positive side of the LED. And we insert switch. Place one resistor at one of the pins from switch. Take 2 male to female jumper wire and connect it to pin 22 and pin 23 at ESP32. After that, connect it at the other pin of resistor and switch. Connect 4 male to female jumper to ESP32. For DHT sensor activity, what we need is one DHT11, 3 male to female jumper wire, one ESP32, one breadboard, and one USB micro B cable. All what we need to do is plug in the DHT11 onto the breadboard, and we put 3 male to female jumper and connect it with ESP32. For analog input activity, what we need is one potentiometer, 3 male to female jumper wire, one ESP32, one breadboard, and one USB micro B cable. For the first step, we need to place the potentiometer onto the breadboard. After that, we place 2 resistors. Next, we place male to male jumper onto the breadboard. Lastly, we connect 3 male to female jumper with ESP32. For PWM activity, what we need is one LED, 3 male to female jumper wire, one ESP32, one breadboard, one potentiometer, and one USB micro B cable. For the first step, we need to place the LED onto the breadboard. After that, we plug in one resistor. Lastly, we connect two male-to-male jumper with ESP32.